Medical units stand by. 30 seconds to contact. 20 seconds. 15. 10. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
We got him. Let's go.
Good evening to all you art aficionados and comic book connoisseurs. Welcome to another episode of Proof of Comics, episode number 57. Today we have special guest, returning guest, Chris Fisk tonight. How you doing, Chris?
Doing pretty good, man. Thanks for having me.
How's your internet holding up?
I don't know. Knock on wood, man. Like, I'm sure the feds listening in are like, shut it down.
Right? I was sure you self-imploded an EMP last week. What's Billy Bob? That's not the right channel to say be right back. You need to do that in the private chat.
No, I'm just going to make it extremely obvious.
Hey,
Also, because you're talking to yourself. It's kind of weird.
Well, that's the thing. It's obvious to you and it's confusing to everybody else, but that's kind of the theme of this show sometimes.
Yeah.
So welcome back, Chris. I'm happy to have you here. I was going to intro you, Billy Bob. Do I not intro you since you're going to be right back? Don't answer if it's no. We'll leave it at that. All right. We have our co-host Wrangler from Frequency Studios right here.
Hey.
How you doing, Wrangler? You're muted. And you're also playing Double Dragon.
Yep. Playing a little Jimmy and Bimmy.
Right. I hope they keep the Bimmy name. I didn't double check on Neon. I mean, it's you almost unmuted, Wrangler, then you muted again. Gotta hit it just once.
There we go.
No, you're double hitting again.
Nani?
I think you have your mute button.
My computer's chugging. My computer's chugging.
Yeah, delayed.
And it doesn't. It looks like it didn't take the hit, so I hit it again, and then they both happen at once.
Right, you got to switch to a single dragon and not double dragon. It's a bit too.
Yeah, I'm an NES guy, but what was I was trying to answer to? There was some. Oh yeah, the Bimmy and Jimmy. Later in this, you're in a genetics lab, and they apparently at some point stole your DNA because there's two big, oversized, Bobo-sized clones of Billy and Jimmy, and they are called Bimmy and Jammy, the mistranslated mutants.
Nice. A nod to the old school.
That's awesome.
I guess Billy's back.
Mhm.
How you doing, Billy?
All right.
Let me intro you properly before we get into it.
No, we can
Ladies,
skip that for now.
we
'cause
skip
his
that?
internet- His internet might go out, so.
Yeah, that's right. We don't want to push on that too.
Plus, I want to go ahead and show the pirate software clip, to be honest with you.
All right. Give us a little bit of context before we go straight into it.
This dude, he uses a voice changer because people went back and found this clip of him talking at a thing.
Who's this dude? Not everyone's up on the whole stop killing games movement.
All right, Pirate Software. He's a dude who made a video like a year ago, basically misrepresenting Stop Killing Games, which is an initiative for the EU and Britain to essentially make it where companies could have an end of life for their live service games and single player games and stuff like that. And then this dude misrepresented it, and eventually, like a month ago, the dude who was running the initiative ended up making a video and being like, "Yeah, he was actually like misrepresenting what we're done." And he's saying that it really hurt him. This dude like double, triple down on his take and shit, where he's very clearly being malicious about lying to it. And of course, as any good drama, people start to dig up shit on this dude, like the internet will do. And one of the things he was doing is he's using a voice changer. You'll see. See if I can up
the volume a little bit. So this is him without voice changer for comparison, right?
Yeah.
It's our first time out here at Denver Comic-Con, and there's so many people, and they love the games.
This is complete garbage. All of this can eat shit.
It's our first time out here at Denver Comic-Con, and there's so many people, and they love the games.
This is complete garbage. All of this can eat shit.
It's our first time out here at Denver Comic-Con.
See, when you go out to a con, you got to bring your voice changer to the con with you. You know, you have to.
Like
have
I said, unless you've damaged your vocal cords, you ain't going that low. You're like,
yeah,
Could he have like subdermally implanted?
Yeah, I'll take the Barry White voice box, please.
I would. Take that.
And there's so many people, and they love the games.
This is complete garbage. All of this can eat shit.
It's our first time out here at Denver Comic-Con.
So there you go.
Oh man,
I'm going to be very much an asshole and just say no. He's using a voice changer. I didn't give a shit.
God, that's worse than a bald guy with a baseball cap or a short guy with lips.
Thing is, he sounds like he actually looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is, to be fair, what most nerds kind of sound
Well,
like.
well, also to be
That's
fair,
true.
his dad was
Just
remember
listen
in
to
South
me.
Park.
Hey, didn't you know he worked at Blizzard?
Yeah, well, his dad, Joey Ray, there was. You remember on South Park what is it? How do you kill that which has no life?
Yes. He'll. By the way, he'll let you know that all the time.
Oh God, yeah, yeah. I worked at Blizzard.
So I used to watch some of his stuff as well. By the way, this is a while back. The moment I actually stopped watching him, and this is why I actually believe he was being 100% malicious. It wasn't just incompetence.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember the name of that open source engine that this dude was making, and it was a big controversy on Twitter because the person who's running the Twitter for the game engine, the public one that they're making, the person who was running the Twitter, the community manager, was like pushing like LGBT and all this other shit, right? Politics at that time. And one of the backers was like, "Can you just please leave that out? Just stop."
yeah.
And that person was going on like a banning spree on anyone who was saying just stop.
Yeah.
It was just,
why don't
by the way,
you just
back
stop,
people
Billy?
that were spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars funding this.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I don't care what you do in your spare time. Just don't stuff it in my face. You know, like I'm not paying your bills. It's none of my business. Don't make it my business.
Right, but the pirate software covered that, and he was fucking avoiding what the actual controversy was about, which was that the fucking dude who is donating hundreds of dollars getting banned for just saying, "Please don't make this a political platform."
Wow.
But
He was
his
avoiding that and then saying it was this, it was that. All the, and I was like, no, dude, you're missing the entire point. That's why I stopped watching him a long time ago because of that.
But his take on stop killing games like just totally backfired. Like people are crediting him to be inversely responsible for people saving games now because he was so against it that people they're like, oh well, I hate him so much that I'm going to be for whatever this is.
Yeah, it's the Streisand effect.
You know what? That's actually what. So also sent. So people also went through the code. So he does game development. So he's been working on a game called Heartbound. It was his game that he crowdfunded.
Mm-hmm.
It's been in development for 8 years, by the way.
What is this? That Star Citizen game?
Yeah, I know, but 8 years.
That's a grift.
By the way,
welcome,
he's
Otter,
very much. It's very much like an Undertale.
It's good to
game.
be here.
The Undertale game took about 2 years to develop.
It was one dude. Yeah, like God.
This dude is taking 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years at that point. It's not a game. It's a grift.
Yeah.
Like honestly,
He wants to tell everyone he's a 20+ year game dev, guys.
Really? What 20 games have you made?
No, he does. How many games did he make in those 20?
Yeah, just one. Not even.
He's made all of them.
Let me find that video. The one, so people were looking at the code. So his actual work streams, it's mainly him reacting to videos or playing a game or something.
Yeah, he never actually codes.
He just pulls up a file that has his code in, has it up there. He's not actually doing anything.
Yeah, isn't that Code Jesus guy ripped into it too? And he's like, dude, this is some sloppy, like,
have
this
you
is
seen
amateur
it?
hour. I'm not sure if I've seen the exact video you're talking about,
Yeah,
but
the Jesus dude, yeah.
Yeah, that dude just tore him a new one. He's like, that's like amateur hour, dude. Like that kind of code, you're gonna do like what should be done in like 2 lines. You're doing like it in 1,000 lines. Like it's gonna be messy when you have to revise things.
And he also put out like a false DMCA strike on another indie dev because he was just making a funny like clip from one of his streams and he put it into it.
Oh,
DMCA'd him.
Jesus.
By the way, the guy who's for small indie games.
That's messed up.
Yeah, that's garbage.
It's not going to end up well for him on the internet.
Well, by the way,
that kind of thing sticks around.
Go ahead.
Yes, Wrangler?
Yes.
Wait on you.
If yeah, I got lag. Sorry. If he's so
Damn it,
into
Wrangler.
like helping
How dare you.
indies who are, yeah, if he's just helping out indies who are against this, why doesn't he just come out and say, "Look, people I'm working with, this works against their interests, so I'm advocating for them." If he would just come out and say that, people wouldn't be so pissy with him. They'll disagree with him, but they wouldn't be so pissy
Because
with
that
him.
would actually
But
hurt his image.
he had
when
to
he
go
said
and
it.
like make some moral rant about it.
Because that would still hurt his image. Because that would still hurt his image. The truth is, he's a nepo.
Yeah, but not nearly as much as trying to. Yeah,
That's true.
Well, I mean, I think siding with the corporations versus the consumers is pretty much a kiss of death. You know?
And once again, he's not even. So this is where Pirate Software was lying. He was trying to make it out like the initiative is wanting to convert multiplayer games and live service and MMO games to single player games, which is not what the initiative is about. The initiative is just saying, hey, once you know you're going to close down your service, just hand over the shit to the community and allow the community to run their own shit.
Well, not only that, but like look at like games that came out before Microsoft destroyed the industry with their Xbox. Like we had PC games that you could host your own servers on. You know, Quake 3 Arena, I could still fire it up right now and I can invite people in, I can kick ban people and do whatever. And it's on my system. It's all peer to peer, you know? And that's the problem with these modern games is they're all remote server based. They got all this crap that you have to log in and all those credentials that get hacked. And it's like, for what? So you can control your little gated garden of garbage. You know, you can nickel and dime people with on-disc DLC. We used to have free like skins and models and maps and all this stuff, and now we have season passes and map packs because these assholes have like basically locked the door. Yeah, like just go back to that. Just be like, look, here's an end of life patch. Our service is done. We're gonna send a patch out, and you can host your own shit. You know, make it.
By the way, it's not even hard.
No,
not
no,
hard.
they have to do it anyways. You know, it doesn't matter what server.
I would wager that it would even save a few games. Look at
yeah.
World of Warcraft, for instance.
Yeah.
The other one was getting rid of, you know, if you're going to end, basically getting rid of, or not getting rid of, but putting out a patch that gets rid of the, what is it called? The digital rights man, DRA.
Yep.
Because that happened very recently, this year or last year, where a server crashed at Ubisoft. And this was a server, random fucking server, who no fuck knows where it's at. Certain like 2 or 3 Splinter Cell games that you could buy, you can't do it because the server crashed. That was having the what is it, the login thing to verify the
the
rights and shit.
The anti-piracy stuff, yeah.
Well, you guys heard about Games for Windows Live, right? Or God Awful, as I call it, GWFL. They basically sabotaged a whole bunch of their games. Like, here's a good example: Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Steam had to take it off. Like they just disabled it on their marketplace. They're like, we're not selling a game that nobody can use because you try to like launch the game and it goes into the God Awful or the Games for Windows Live like credentials and stuff. And Microsoft, you know, killed that thing years ago. So you just get stuck in a loop and you can't even like access the game.
I will hit Steam a little bit. Steam's actually very inconsistent with that. Like the Splinter Cell I told you, they're still being sold on Steam.
Yeah. There's a lot of games that are still like you're selling things that nobody can use. Like that, there's laws against that. You know.
I think you can hack the games and use the Splinter Cell games though, like on
Steam.
Steam.
That you can. However, you shouldn't have to.
Yeah,
that's the point. You shouldn't have to do that.
Right.
Yeah, if you have to pursue like risky third-party patches, which is what I had to do to get Street Fighter Cross Tekken to work, like that imperils my computer. Like I could be like inviting viruses or whatever, and it's like, no, dude, get your crap sorted and fix your damn game and get that crap out of there. And they're like, well, we're not financially obligated to. I hope to God Europe, like the GDPR, their digital system, I hope it rips into these companies and outlaws games as a service. They're like, you need to impose this end of life thing. You need to make sure your game is playable, you know, up until the point of end of life. And here's your you know, server host patch or your we no longer are you know providing anything new for this game. And then after that, just wash your hands of it. You know, you're done.
That in tandem with Brazil suing Nintendo for their terms of service being
yeah, and I hope they fucking get raked up the ass for that.
I do too.
And now that they're like the petition has gone over 1 million, so the European Parliament has to address it, right?
Yeah, signatures went over 1 million.
Yeah, good for that. Like I would sign that in a heartbeat.
So they have to address it right now.
And the Britain one have both hit the signature mark.
All right. So this is not like anything tangible just yet. All they have to do is like kind of address the issue.
So all it means is someone in there will actually have to look it over, and then they'll start to formulate what they can do or try to figure out what they can do. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Either way, it's something.
Well, it's step one, basically.
Yeah. Right? Who knows how this will actually shape out in the future? The point is, I'm going to be honest with you. I know some people are like, don't want the government to regulate shit, but I'm like, nah, fuck these gaming. These fuckers are like out of control.
Well, that's what our government should be doing.
My game, it will be a one and done. Like, here you go. You bought it. It's yours. And I'm going to give it 3 difficulty levels. The hardest will be regular, going down to easy, and then game journalist.
Dean Takahashi achievement unlocked.
And let's
I'm
keep
getting
in mind,
Cuphead
this
flashbacks now.
wasn't a crazy thing. This isn't the first time we've had the government's had to like knock down on this game.
Yeah.
Remember loot boxes?
Yep. Yeah. That's gambling.
That was governments finally having to go, all right, this is clearly gambling. It is gambling.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
that's what government should be doing. Like, it's not government overreach to protect the citizens from corporations. Like, this whole idea that corporations are people needs to go as well. Like,
Yeah, that's some weird legal creations that
You want to
doesn't need to be.
know? You want to know what's one of the more nefarious parts of this is corporations. A lot of these like live service corporations have already responded to like the anti-gambling laws. How they do it, I was actually hearing a couple of YouTubers talking about this, is they will have it to where it's like you exchange money for a currency and you exchange that currency for another currency. You exchange that for a material, and then you exchange that for like the chance to spin a wheel and get something really good.
Yeah, that's
And they can say, well, technically it's not gambling because you're using it to buy this other currency.
okay.
yeah, they got that from Japan. That's the gachapon
yeah, the
method too.
gotcha. And the gotcha was funny. I forgot what company it was, but they ended up having to pay millions of dollars because they mathematically made it impossible to roll the item.
0.0000.
Well,
Yeah,
that
it's like-
means they've got a pity system because it's so bad.
Yeah.
No,
And it
the one
also
I'm
can
talking about, they
completely
didn't have a pity system at all. It's just
Oh,
now the way the pity system works is you can end up getting someone can get theirs on like the third try, the item. Someone can, and then the other person can get it after they spend about $70.
Mm-hmm.
Right, they can rig it.
Then
all
they'll
the
get
way.
it.
And the thing is,
Well-
buying these tokens like completely disconnects you to the money you're spending. Like that's how they get kids as well. Is
Oh yeah.
you buy crystals or diamonds or whatever game tokens they want to create, and then you don't even know how much you're spending anymore. It's all
Yeah.
virtual.
And it's all hot dog buns versus hot dogs pricing too. So it's designed to make it so that you always have a balance of leftover crystals that you can't buy anything with them.
Oh, well, yeah, they also do that, but they also make sure the cheapest or the items are priced where you need to buy more than what you
Yep.
actually need.
Yeah, that's why the hot dog buns, what is it? Like it's like 8 hot dogs and 5 or 10 hot dog buns.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're always going to be some left over, and whatever's left over is never enough to buy anything.
I'm
So you
starting
always
to
have
think
to.
those skee-ball tickets are actually one of the best deals out there now.
Yeah,
Welcome to gaming in 2025, everybody.
yeah. Well,
The 3
Did
biggest
you guys-
fucking successes in the last 4 fucking years are all made by Double A Studios, which
That's
is fucking
why I'm-
Helldivers 2,
Yeah, that's
Hell
why I'm
yeah.
only playing old games now.
Baldur's
Yeah.
Gate 3, and Expedition 33.
well,
Yep.
do you remember there was a keynote speech at the Game Developers Conference in like 2010, I think?
oh yeah.
Where-
People are quoting that now with Expedition 33 being a huge success.
Well, the keynote speech was how to turn players into payers.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the wrong speech. My bad.
You have to
Yeah,
add
yeah.
a big L, right?
Yeah. Well, no, they basically they show like that was when the industry died. Is they're like, don't make games anymore because it's not like, you know why they stopped doing demos for a long time too, is because they found the number crunchers, ran the numbers and said most of our games are garbage. So when we do a demo, it basically warns customers not to buy this crap. So it hurts sales to give like a demo. So they started cutting back demos when the magazines died, when we started getting into the digital stuff back in like the PS3, Xbox 360 era, and even in the PS4 era. But yeah, and then to go to your point, Otter, about the Expedition 33. There was like 30 people on that team, dude, or like 40 people or something really ridiculously small. And
Some
they
of the
were
work-
told by everybody not to make that game because it wasn't economically viable.
Some of the work was outsourced, but like even so, the vast majority of it was done by like just 30 people, which is insane.
Yeah, I applaud them too. I played the hell out of Claire Obscure.
I'm actually replaying it casually, and I'm like, it's just as fun. It's
Yes.
a bit easier, but I'm like, I don't know.
I was
Gameplay moves
making-
really strong.
I was making chimpanzee sounds trying to fight Simon. So.
Oh, Simon! Don't get me started about Simon.
Yeah, he's a secret boss for anybody who hasn't played, and he's like nigh impossible. Like the people that I watched Asmongold beat it, and I'm like, you son of a bitch.
I actually gave up.
Well, you know, how
I was like,
Asmongold
yeah,
beat it, right?
I'd just rather play something else.
You know how he beat it, right?
I think didn't he like over level or something?
No, he just fucking looked up what was the strongest luminous build.
Oh,
You can
Yeah.
absolutely break the game with Luminas.
yeah,
Keep
you
in
can.
mind, like on my 3 mains right now, I have like 230 luminous points between all of them
Jeez.
because I end up like collecting like most of it through the first playthrough.
Funny thing is, like, I ended up like completing the game at like level 55 or something, which is really under-leveled.
Yeah, holy crap.
Yeah, but everybody was like, Otter, you beat the game at level 55? I'm like, yeah, it wasn't too bad. They're like, I was like level 70 whenever I faced off with the final boss. I'm like, oh.
Wow. Yeah.
I was
That
level
game-
93, 94.
Yeah, that I was in the 90s too. So that game though, like even though it had sequel bait in it, and I really hate that when they're like sequel bait, like I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do next. 'Cause
I don't think
love
they
the
can do a
universe.
sequel. At least not a sequel.
Not in the conventional sense.
Yeah, it'll
they
be like a
can't do it with
spiritual
the same
successor.
characters. It just wouldn't work, and I just honestly wouldn't want
Well,
something like that.
Well, because they built this cool universe, so like it's not Alicia or Mael's story anymore, and it's not that family.
Where I am keeping in mind so Frederic hasn't played the game yet, but he is planning on it.
Okay,
just-
yeah, I don't want to ruin it then. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to get to some of the spoilers.
The spoilers are good, dude.
They
It's
are
like M. Night
really
Shyamalan good.
I tell you this, Frederic, it's a complete game. It's a complete story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a very good one.
Everyone's been raving about it since day one.
And no
That's great.
politics. There's absolutely zero politics in the game.
There is no woke elements either.
And these are French developers from Ubisoft studio
Yep.
back.
Yes.
Actually,
Yep.
it's only like 2 to 4 of them that are from Ubisoft. Most of them are just fresh out of college.
Yeah, they're all young guys or young. Yeah, and
And keep in mind, it
shows
was written
you.
by a Redditor of all people.
Well, here's the thing: is sorry.
there is a story behind that. She's not your average Redditor. Like, it actually kind of like went into her story and everything. Like, she has like a PhD or something like that, but funny thing was she had very little writing experience. She's only done short stories for herself. And she was like, oh, I want to be a voice actor. And she was like between jobs. She was like living with her husband in Australia, of all things. She's like, I want to try something new. It's the pandemic, kind of shut in. I don't know what to do. I don't really have a job. Let's try some things. So she randomly comes across Guillaume Broche on Reddit. And before long, like, she was actually going to voice Mael, I believe. And before long, she became their lead writer. And how it actually evolved from there was it sounded like a very natural process of them just bouncing ideas back and forth. Like, she was their writer, but she would constantly kind of like throw ideas his way, see what he thought about it. And eventually the prototype they had kind of had to be scrapped and reworked a little bit.
Did you see the original footage from when they were first on it?
Yeah,
The original character designs.
It's very much a prototype.
They look like straight out of fucking Japanese game.
Yakuza!
Like Gustav literally looked like a Japanese protagonist. He had like the glasses and hair and shit.
Funny thing is, like, I think it was Lune. She was in the game from like the very beginning or something like that.
Yeah, the chick in the bare feet with the guitar.
You know what's really great?
I'm convinced he has a foot fetish because
Yeah.
they asked him about it. He's like, it's for the plot. Trust me, guys.
Yeah, right.
I read it for the articles.
I'll still
And
say
he made
this,
sure-
that like, the more I think about the game, it's the more I appreciate it. it is one of those games where I'm like, I would argue this is like a major achievement. Where it's like
Yeah.
even people who don't normally like video games will appreciate this.
Well, it's huge as well. Like it's kind of acclaimed as the game that scrapped all the quadruple A games, right?
No, it literally told one of the parts of the story that really like struck a nerve with me as somebody that's been in that industry and constantly had a bunch of pompous assholes who clearly had no idea what the hell they were doing in positions of power and positions of decision making. They're like, nobody wants turn-based games anymore. Turn-based RPGs are dead.
Oh, you're talking about Square Enix?
No, I'm talking about what these people at a Claire Obscure Expedition were told. Like they had proposed, like this was we left the industry because we were being foisted, like this crap was being foisted upon us to make garbage games. Way forward. Somebody's
they were talking about how like turn-based games are dead.
Oh, what is that? Wrangler, is that you?
Music.
Wrangler, are you playing your game?
So,
yeah. I'm mute him real quick.
Yes, please.
Yeah, all here is like,
you might have to mute Wrangler
or kick him until he mutes.
So what I was trying to say was, these guys were being told by these pompous assholes in decision-making positions that every one of their ideas was shit. Okay. Everything that they had proposed was garbage. You know, the whole idea of turn-based RPGs are a dinosaur. Nobody wants that crap anymore. Yeah. Well, if that were the case, this game wouldn't work as well as it did because they perfected the turn-based RPG mechanic by making it both Twitch skill and strategy skill. They actually added in this awesome like parry and dodge mechanic, so it's still turn-based, but it still requires the Twitch skills that action players crave. So it's kind of like the peanut butter chocolate union that nobody else had thought of because they were instantly shot down, you know? So these guys did it on their own.
So the funny thing about that is that Guillaume Broche said he was inspired by, what was it? He was inspired by Sekiro whenever he put in the parry and dodge system.
Yes.
He was like, oh, this is so unique and original. Then like it was like his friend was like, oh, that's just Super Mario. He's like, what?
Yeah, the Paper Mario games.
Yeah, well, Mario RPG was like
the
pioneer. I love that game, by the way.
So, you guys want to hear a funny story about?
Hold up. So once again, Square Enix told him this.
Yeah, well, no, the industry in general told them this. Square Enix actually came out and said later on that they were going to re-explore.
I know, I'm making a joke.
Oh, yeah.
Because Square Enix is stupid, and that would be something Square Enix would say.
But no, dude, the whole industry is like that. Seriously, like I've seen yogis with less flexibility to put their heads up their ass like this, and like, yeah, it just. Here's a funny story. When I was working on a certain game, a shooter game, we had this one of our designers. He was a lot better at map designing than me. He sat across from me, and he was making this game mode for multiplayer. Where you guys have you ever heard of Firefall?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Okay,
so yeah, it's a dead game now. But like, hell, if you like most of the classes, you can just play them in Overwatch, anyways. Jab. But anyways,
that sounds familiar.
So this I had this friend who sat across from me, and he made this map where the context of the game was that there was this alien malevolent force that was similar to that Natalie Portman movie. You know, that like this weird shit came down and like took over the planet, and they called it the melding, and it was like I don't know how to describe it. It was like this wall of goo that when you got into it, it was like acid, and it like reconstituted your DNA and stuff. And it was, you know, it's disturbing, but we used it as the boundaries for our maps because we wanted to do a big open world shooter. And he had proposed this idea of like, hey, how about if we have a death match that like, as the game, like as it gets, the game progresses, the map slowly shrinks based on the number of people that are, you know, still alive. Like we don't do respawns, you know? And I was like, well, that's an interesting thing. He got shot down. No, the time to kill is too long. Most of the time you're spent running to the action, and when it happens, nobody's going to want to play this crap. We're like, oh, okay. Sorry, man. Them's the breaks. The boss just said your design sucked. I thought it was cool. And then like a few years later, PUBG comes out with their their PlayerUnknown mod for that Arma game or whatever. Yeah, and we're like, look, there it is. Somebody's doing Brian's. Sorry, not mentioning. Somebody's doing this dude's design.
India.
Yeah, somebody's doing this dude's design. Look, they're successful. And then all of a sudden, Fortnite, who had their game, which was a basically tower defense game where during the day you collect resources and then at night you set up all of your like defenses for the to defend your fort from the zombie onslaught or whatever. They added in Battle Royale, and almost nobody plays the original game now. And Battle Royale was literally what this dude who sat across from me presented and got shot down. Imagine how much money Red 5 or Firefall would have made if they let that dude have his freaking thing and then monetize it the same way. We wouldn't be talking about Fortnite right now. We'd be talking about Firefall. This industry is full of a bunch of people that are in positions of power that like they don't know what the hell they're doing, man.
Dude, middle management is the death of pretty much everything creative,
Yeah.
Well, it's like, why is it even needed in the first place in game development? That's my real question.
Yeah. Man. I don't know. I just, when I see stuff like the team that what were they called? Sandfall there? Like, my hat's off to them. They've got my admiration and support because I've been there. I've had the people sit there and just shut up, like, nope, you don't know what you're doing. We're not going to do that. Make Barbie fun time adventure, or make some stupid game that's going to bomb right out of the gate. Like, look at how many games are coming out now that are stillborn. Like you see them. What's that marathon game that looks like somebody beat up a Office Depot like highlighter aisle?
Oh yeah, the Bungie game.
Yeah, no, dude, that game is gonna bomb, and I'm not trying to be an ass about it. I'm the village idiot pointing out the Naked Emperor. You should probably listen. Save some money.
Like everyone knows that game's gonna bomb.
Yeah, and it's like they're so insular, so like ego driven that they're not willing to listen to their customers. They're not remember, we're all istophobic whatevers because we don't want to have every one of our characters black and gay or like pink washed or whatever. And and these are the people crashing this industry. But meanwhile, the people that are losing the jobs were the people like my buddy there that sat across from me that had that awesome idea. And not only did he have the idea, he actually had a proof of concept and showed it in action. And now, he got laid off. He got laid off like I did and everybody else.
Since we're talking about incompetence, over the last week, Microsoft, well, they fired another 9,000 employees, and I think I need to look up over the last 2 years. This is like 20-something thousand. I think is currently the layoff. But this layoff hit the gaming part really big.
Yeah,
and so essentially, a lot of games got shit canned. The Perfect Dark reboot, the one that had the fucking DEI redesign of the main character, she had like the "It's ma'am, Joel." That game was in development for 6 fucking years, by the way, and evidently barely anything was done. How?
Speaking
How,
of
Microsoft, you fucking idiots! How are you not overseeing this when we're talking like, let's be honest, hundreds of millions of dollars you're shitting into these fucking dev teams, and they're not doing anything. And that's not the only one. Evidently, ZeniMax Studios was making another MMO.
Oh,
and evidently the Xbox team loved it. Phil Spencer was like, "Man, big game, remember I played, man, big game." That got shit canned, just gone, and that was worked on for years as well.
Oof.
There's some other games. Oh, Turn 10. So Turn 10 is the one who makes the Forza games. Now the Forza games actually do very well.
Oh yeah,
Microsoft's biggest fucking IP. It always sells very well, always does well, right?
Yeah.
Half of the studio's gone now.
Yeah, and it's the people that actually worked on it, not the decision makers.
And oh my god, what else? And I'm expecting a lot more to happen. State of Decay 3, that game's been in development since like 2020. They haven't shown shit.
Well, you remember when they showed the Perfect Dark stuff, and then they later came out that the entire demo that they showed was just a bullshit. It was all faked vertical slice stuff.
Yeah.
It's sad that there are people that still like. First of all, it should be considered, deceptive marketing practice. But I have worked on games where we have lied out of our teeth with these bullshit vertical slices. We actually, when we were doing the Defiance game, we were showing it behind the scenes to journalists, and we were running a tightly scripted, tightly choreographed scenario that never even made it into the game. And we had everybody at the office like rehearsal, like we were playing. It was like if you turned the camera the wrong way or moved off the beaten path, you'd fall through the ground. None of the enemies had like hit detection, so we had to kill them like manually. Like somebody was sitting there with buttons killing them.
I just want to remind.
I bet there's a lot of game demos like that.
I just want to remind you, Halo 2, Microsoft pulled this shit. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
The game they showed in which they had Sergeant Johnson. This ain't pre-recorded bullshit. Turns out it was pre-recorded bullshit.
That's literally false advertising.
It is. It is.
The other big one, of course, was Watch Dogs with Ubisoft.
Yep. Oh yeah, Ubisoft is like infamous.
You know, the only AAA dev that I can actually be honest that doesn't really lie in their trailers is Rockstar.
Yeah,
They're
that's
the only ones that's like, no, they don't really lie that much. Pretty much what you see is what you get.
Yeah, although that could change. Did you see the E3? They had that Zoom call during the pandemic, and they had like E3, and it was a bunch of like DEI people talking about all their diversity and equity initiatives.
Take-Two?
Yeah, Take-Two. That was part of their keynote or whatever, and it was just this awful. It looked like a hen house full of HR department like people and a bunch of black victims basically, and it was it's ridiculous.
Hopefully, I'm going into GTA 6 expecting the satire to be toned down.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going into.
It looks great though, dude. That trailer they showed, I was like, holy crap, that looks amazing.
Dude, the fucking screenshots. We went through the screenshots, all 70 of them.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, we're at the end of like this game coming about.
Billy nerded out over it for 2 hours straight.
But
it's those patents, those new patents that get me. Like they're revolutionizing the way games are going to be made now.
Yeah, it's just it is. So we're gonna find out exactly how they're using the patents. Some of the patents they have used. So one of the patents that they used, and it was used in Red Dead Redemption 2, was each clothing for the NPCs they have tied to a tag, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the AI would actually, generate what the clothing of where they're at and the NPCs it spawns in the areas. So they have used that because it is curious if they're going to use the parallax effect, which if you Otter, you playing Claire, you're playing Expedition 33. If you go to the buildings and you look in, that's the parallax effect.
Yeah, it's a flat image with layers.
There is the patent where they can generate fake interiors furnished. Yeah. So I am wondering if they're going to use the parallax effect or they're going to use that patent. If they use that patent, that's going to look fucking great. If you're going
there is a bit of a side story. So Guillaume Broche, the CEO of Sandfall, you want to know one of the games he actually worked on before Claire Obscure? The Beyond Good and Evil sequel.
Oh, you mean
the one that never came
out? Sorry. Thank you for bringing that up, Otter. Another game that's been in development for 10 plus years.
Yeah, we're going on 20 years now.
Yeah, I mean like active development, what we know development, because that game was originally fucking announced and kind of shown, quote unquote, quotation marks, 2017, 2018, right?
Yep.
At one of the Xbox game or E3. I can't remember which one. Either way, that game, like Microsoft, you're fucking terrible. The most incompetent company is you, not Warner Brothers, you. Because somehow you've let and it is your fault, but y'all been hiring the fucking most retarded people over these development teams.
Oh yeah, well, every studio I worked at, dude, was so mismanaged and so poorly run. Like every single one of them, there wasn't even an exception. And I thought, I was like, wow, maybe I just, drew luck of the draw. I got all the bad ones or whatever.
So
I thought
Corey,
it's the same thing.
Corey, a lot of games now are using the parallax effect. What we're talking about with Rockstar is they're going to have actual. It's going to procedurally generate actual interiors.
Yeah, it's a flat
Actual
image that looks
objects.
3D.
Yeah, it's not going to be how parallax, which is textures to make it look like it.
Okay, don't want to interrupt the flow, but I do want to share the image of the colors for Dina
Yes.
while we have Corey on stream and everybody here. Did you turn off the share, or did it crash?
Crushed.
Oh, let me share it again.
Nani?
But
We'll
I
make
mean,
it- there we go. Is it
it's
working?
insane.
Whoa.
And keep in mind, remember that dragon game that Xbox was having developed,
Oh, yeah.
and it got shit.
There we
Yep.
go.
Dude, look at that.
That's looking good.
Like the dragon, man.
Let me zoom in a little bit on it.
A lot to admire.
Yeah.
I gotta switch to Krita. So this is all free software, right? It's not Procreate.
in
This
and
is Krita. I'll just zoom and enhance here.
Nice.
There we go.
Oh, that's
Focus
a cool
on
sword.
enhance.
Yeah. Back and to the right.
Corey, the butt's fine.
That's
Yeah.
fine, Corey.
Giggity, giggity, go.
For all you feet people.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
Oh, we
No.
got the Tarantino shot right there.
Well, I made sure all the feet people would know my name. See?
Is she cast by Salma Hayek?
Our greatest.
Otter, you need to AI generate what we did to Blackwood's character the last session.
That would
Corey.
be really funny.
That's an infamous Corey quote. The butt needs work, but the chest is fine. Thank you, Corey. 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
It's a breast connoisseur.
Well, Corey Barton is he's known for his ladies.
Hot babes.
He's really good at drawing boobs. All right.
That is true. And
blue
bus-
chicks.
and bottoms, buttocks. I'm trying to say bottoms
Just
and
saying,
buttocks.
Corey,
Same thing.
we defeated you. We embarrassed you.
There you go. If you guys are happy, I'll do a print out of the printer here, and I'll send you a physical copy of the colors as well.
Mhm.
Can
Sweet.
do one for Otter and one for Billy. I've got another one for next week, but it's I'm keeping it for next week, so stay tuned.
Listen, does she look like a cold-hearted bitch? No. She looks completely happy, you know?
They're all like that. Oh, wait.
Zoom in on her. Beautiful.
Now just wait while she ends up like kicking a random elf in the balls.
Okay, first of all, I didn't do that. Second of all, he was trying to insinuate us being prostitutes. Like, what the fuck was I not going to respond to? Okay, and it was Nikolai's character who kicked him in the balls and like destroyed his entire lineage. Okay,
I'm okay.
You kicked him in the balls first.
no, I didn't.
You guys like
I'm fine.
speedbagging them?
Not the. No, that was Christian's character, and that was like at the very beginning of our Castle Crusade campaign.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
That's because he was
Yeah,
trying to give me
Cerealis.
the little tiny gems and not the big gem when we were splitting it. And okay, it's a pretty asshole thing to do, right? We can all agree. Perfectly reasonable response. You know what's really funny, Chris? I almost killed his wizard character.
No.
By kicking him in the nuts.
He just spits out 2 walnuts.
Well, the thing is, like, wizards can get knocked over
Straight
by a
out of
stiff
Hudson
breeze,
Dude.
all right?
Yeah.
Switch back.
Or also a
Yeah.
really stiff kick in the balls.
Yeah, they're glass cannons.
Well, I broke his glass cannon.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyways.
And you also have something to share with us, Chris, right? Do you have your campaign pulled up?
Oh, yeah. Let me
Let's do a little promo while we're here.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's see.
Show us what you got.
Actually, yeah, I can show you. I can show you something that I probably shouldn't show, but I'm going to do anyways.
That's the best
Go
stuff.
ahead.
Yeah, so we unlocked a bunch of stretch goals, and I want to kind of show off some of those stretch goals. Some of the stuff that people will be getting at no additional charge. Hold on. Oh crap! Oh yeah, I reorganized.
Are you saying these stretch goals have already been marked?
Yes, they are purple lightning icons. All right. So let's see. Now I gotta share screen. Ooh, the UI's changed. Okay.
Yeah, they changed it this week for me. I think Wrangler, you saw the changes like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oops.
There you go. Whoops. Okay.
Voila, you see. So we're four backers away from 100. So that's we're getting close, man. We got 2 weeks left.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It's like a fortnight.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of babes, here we got Queen Aisling here, showing us the breakdown of the story for
Lovely.
book 2. Yeah, kind of a tragic story. And then here's all the cool.
See that image right there? You can't call us a perv on this stream, okay? Okay.
Yeah, that's by Pau Rodrigues, and I did the colors on it. So
Besides Billy, I'm French. I get a pass.
oui.
I mean, if Billy isn't calling you gay or a pervert or a degenerate, are you really talking to Billy?
Yeah, here's our showcase of merchandise. We've got the 3 editions of the books, some trading cards, a glow-in-the-dark water leaper statuette, 3D printed in nylon, and then we got the paint kit here of Nessa, who's one of the characters. She comes with everything that you need to paint, including the paints, the brushes, the clear varnish, the mixing palette, and this nifty little mixing guide card.
Wow, all that you're missing is like the airbrush kit to go with it.
Where's the jar?
The jar?
Yeah, the
I'm
jar.
I'm waiting for the punchline.
Nani?
Nani?
Otter gets the punchline. Otter understands that.
Is it
Do you Otter?
What?
What are the
Repeat it once
degenerate
more.
fucks that get jars and anime?
Oh yeah, we got some bath water from Queen Ashley.
Dear Lord.
I see now.
Oh,
Unfortunately, that is sold out. So now we only have canvas maps and this double-sided 12x18 map. So here's explaining kind of how we have 3 editions, and whichever of the 3 wins gets back to the most will be what decides the future style of the series for the rest of the 10 books.
Oh, interesting. So the less popular will be a one-shot of the first part.
Yep, yeah. So we have the standard edition, which is your standard. It's done by the original team, full color, 120 pages. We've got the alternate art edition, which is more storybook, more Bandes des Années style. And then it's done by a different art team, so a very different artistic vision by a husband and wife team, the Barbusco Studios. And then we've got the manga edition, which is kind of a trade paperback. It's got both books 1 and 2. It's in black and white, but you read it from right to left. So it's kind of my foray into manga for those the weeb fans. So currently, standard edition seems to be winning, but it's not over. We've got 2 weeks. To decide which, to kind of, switch things up. And, it ain't over till it's over.
You know what? We just need to edit the clip from Flash Gets with the each like a battle royale game comes along and it just gets shot the previous one.
Yes.
Do that. Put the names of the team.
So also on the campaign here, I'm a firm believer in try before you buy. So as you can see with these little cards, these little plates, It's like, where the hell's the interior art? Well, I actually just click this little button, and boom, you got a free preview. You can, well, let me hide this. You can flip through. It makes sound. Why is it not? Oh, there it is. So
is that a plugin you got somewhere, or did
Oh,
you
yeah.
develop that? Okay.
Yeah, you can get it in WordPress.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You're annoying me. If anyone like moves a page like that,
Right,
Yes.
in real life.
the page.
Well, and if you don't want to, if you don't want to be beholden to the web browser, you just click this little button right here, and you can download it.
Oh, PDF
So-
style.
Yeah, it's PDF, so you're basically getting the 13 pages for free, as a preview, and so that was the standard edition. It also works for the alternate art edition. So again, this is the same book, same story, just a completely different art team. And so you get a chance to see. There's no surprises. There's no mystery meat in here. You get exactly you know exactly what you're getting into by quite a hefty preview. And then same thing with this manga edition here. Obviously it goes from right to left, so you get a little taste of some of the yeah. So there's some of that as well. And then there's a whole bunch of cool stuff. Like I was saying earlier, you can get the bundles, or you can get both books, the standard edition and the alternate, together in this really cool slipcase with a, I don't know, it's one of my favorite picks from Clark Ocleza. And then some bundles with the cards. If you buy the bundled version, there's a chance that you will get, it's a guaranteed chance actually, of an 11th holofoil card. So if you buy the cards separately as an add-on, there's a likelihood that you'll get one of those holofoil cards. But if you buy the bundles, it's a guarantee to get one of those holofoil cards. And to show what those holofoil cards look like, so you have the guarantee. These are your 10 cards in the set. You got your character cards, just like in Series 1, the cover cards, a little bit of info about the product. And then one of these is guaranteed in those bundles. So you get these holofoil cards, and some of them, when you flip them over on the back, have like these cool magic runes. So you can, when you're reading the book, you can see those runes and know what kind of spell or element they're referencing.
They're going to send you death threats when they get the dudes cards instead of the chick ones,
Where's the hot peeps? But we got some acrylic magnets. It's a big fan of 16-bit RPGs back in the day on the Genesis, Mega Drive, the SNES. So here we've got some sprite art of the characters. So yeah, there's that. They're on acrylic, and they have rare earth magnets on their back, so you can hang a CVS receipt that's folded on your refrigerator. Those suckers are tough.
Oh, those are cool. I used to have
Chris.
the Superman movie fridge magnets back in the day.
I've got a tough question for you, Chris.
What's that?
Favorite Final Fantasy or JRPG in general?
Let's see. Legend of Dragoon, favorite JRPG, shortly followed by Phantasy Star 4.
Good choice.
As far as Final Fantasy goes, I know this is probably gonna. I think it was 6. The one with Cecil.
Oh, that's 4.
Yeah,
that's a really good one.
Yeah, I love that. Where the dragons sound like elephants.
Yeah, that's right. No,
So
4
yeah,
is a good choice.
hell yeah, yeah. You ever when Dissidia came out, I thought it was the coolest thing ever, where you could play as Cecil beating the crap out of Cloud.
Yeah, I learned about that game in middle school because I had several friends with PSPs, and they would play Dissidia a lot, and it's basically just Final Fantasy Smash Brothers. That's all.
Yes. Oh, and it's fun as hell, dude.
It is fun. It's probably one of the more underrated games on the PSP.
Yeah, man. Yeah. One more thing here. So we've unlocked all 3 of these stretch goals. So everybody that's back to physical book will get this cool double-sided bookmark. On one side, it's got the Clark Ocleza image of Aisling, and then on the other side, it's got a decoder of the basically the dragon's words, which is this ancient language that's spoken, and it's on certain sculptures or whatever in the story. You don't need it to enjoy the story, but this will allow you to translate what's being said. So it's it gives you an additional insight. You can understand what R2-D2 is saying. Like the whole "be sure to drink your Ovaltine." And then, So here's my favorite right here. Yeah, son of a bitch. But so here we have the free 40-page black and white preview of book 3. So the first chapter of book 3, all 40 pages in black and white.
Did we have book 2 already?
This is book 2. So this campaign is for book 2.
Wow, I just missed that one.
Yeah, so this is the first chapter of book 3. So we're working on it. It's not going to take forever to do it, and it's we're getting Nerium Nova to do it. And based on whatever of those 3 editions wins for funding, we'll adapt. Nerium's an amazing artist, and she's happy to adapt her style to match one of those 3 editions to so that we can kind of conform to that style. If it's going to be manga, we'll go the manga route. If it's going to be the traditional Western American comic style, we'll go that route. If it's going to be the bandes dessinées painterly style, there's even been some talks of getting some colorists involved.
So if the manga wins, you're going to drag out the colorist, the backyard. Old
to look at the flowers. But just to give you a taste, here is book 3's preview. And it's got an homage to the World of Warcraft cover, and it's in black and white because we wanted to get this out as quickly as possible, and it's using Nerium's art style, and we're just giving the first 40 pages, so you get a nice little story here about.
It's black and white, but you got full grayscale effects.
Oh yeah. Nerium's no stranger to the Zipatone stuff. So we're gonna have to make sure we don't get any moire stuff in when we go full bore and start asking people for money. But in the meantime, we get this really cool shaded grayscale version of book 3's preview. But actually, and here's the back of the cover. Woo! Yeah, the Andarak, basically the mother oak. It's one of the symbols of the Elvar. Nice. But yeah, so this is free. This is 40 pages for free. And if you back the digital edition, you'll get the PDF that we're seeing right here, and you download it accordingly. Or if you back the physical, I have a physical version of this book that'll come at no extra charge. And then here's the third one, which we recently unlocked as well. This is the Ashcan mini art book. And this baby is, we got this sucker full of all production art, unused stuff that you won't see anywhere in the in the product itself, but kind of behind the scenes stuff. And it comes with, if you backed any of the limited bundle stuff. So if you back the cards, you back the ultimate bundle, you back the two book bundle, you'll get this sucker for free or at no extra charge. And voila, here we are. It's white here, but in the actual printed version, it's gold foil. So when you get the physical book, this will be gold foil. And
you have to get rid of all the whites.
Yeah, we got. Wait a minute. But just to show you guys some of the stuff that's in the art book.
Oh, that looks good, man. I love these designs.
Yeah, these are our concepts for our characters. They was done by an Australian artist, Zed Edge. As you can see, we've made some changes.
All with one hand.
Chris, you got artists like in every continent, it seems.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I've searched far and wide to get who I thought was the best, and I'm really glad that I got a chance to work with him.
Listen, Frederic, he's like he likes Pokemon, so he threw out like a broken pool cube to these artists and be like, all right, whoever kills the other and survives.
Yeah, well, speaking of, so this cover no longer exists. This was the standard edition on the first campaign, and we sold out of this. I'm never going to reprint this. So that's, if anybody has that book, this is the cover that was on it.
Yeah, but if someone offers you $1 billion, you'll definitely reprint it.
Well, hell yeah. I mean, if somebody offered me more than it costs to print, hell yeah. But I ran out of copies, and I'm not going to restock until I get $1 billion. But so here, we do have some leftover variant covers, and I had mentioned Genzo Man earlier when we were showing Double Dragon Neon. So we have the Genzo Man variant cover here that was on the first campaign. And then if you wanted to get the second printed version, which has some changes, some edits, It's on Amazon, and this is the cover by Nalia Hale. And then here we are going into the second book cover. This is the standard edition, the alternate art edition cover. We've got interior covers because the original projected page count was supposed to be 60.
Oh, that one looks good, man. The one on the left.
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it's
Oh,
good.
Animation Overload's here as well. Welcome,
Yeah.
Animation.
Hey,
Be sure to
Yeah.
like and subscribe.
hell yeah, man.
You got his attention with the feet in that drawing. That's what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Tarantino angle.
That's how we
But-
got him.
Yeah, so the original book 2 was supposed to be about 60 pages. I sent it out because the first book was 54 pages. So I sent it out to my proofreaders, and I got a lot of negative feedback about pacing. And because again, I got 10 books already planned out. So they read through it and they're like, "It's good, but like nothing happens. Like what the hell, man?" So
Oh.
I gave them the rest of the 10 books. I'm like, well, what do you think we could do about that? Like the story's written. I'm not gonna butcher the story because it's boring. And he's like, well, we can make the pacing better, and we cut through a bunch of stuff. And by the end of our making it so the pacing's a lot better, we ended up going to 120 pages. So that 60 book original for book 2 is now 120 pages, and as a result, halfway through the book, we added an interior cover to make it book 2.5, essentially, inside the book 2. And we've got Frost Lamson, who's the artist that did this awesome pic of Queen Aisling here, kind of having some unsettling news, and there's a weird shadow here on the floor. And then my buddy Vinny Tartamella did this pic of Kaylin here having a bad day as well. So, yeah, those are your 2 interior covers. So this is on the standard edition, and this is on the alternate art edition. And then this is the slipcase cover done by Clark Ocliza. And again, Ashling's having a real bad day here, about to get squashed like a bug. And then
finding out your kink, okay?
yeah, I like to squish things. And then here we have
long years. It's the long years.
yeah, it's something to hold on to. No, so you ever drive a Harley? No, so here's the Amazon edition cover. So whichever of those 3 editions wins, this will be the cover that you see when it goes on sale on the Amazon Marketplace. And that was done by Kyle Punk Art. I love his art. Like he helped kind of flesh out some of the armor details as well.
Look at that
And then-
background.
Oh yeah, the forest here. We see it after the rain. Some water still coming down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should have had in the like a demon shadow in like the top of the tree, and it's like the shape of Amazon's logo, like the rainbow. Version.
Yeah, and then here's our manga edition, the Jumoko no Taisen, which is books 1 and 2 combined into the manga, and Kevin Sharp or Kev Hulk on Twitter did the inks, and then Steve Cannon did the colors, and then here we have the manga edition. This is actually in the shipping box. The interior of the shipping box has this full image printed on it.
Damn.
So if you, yeah, and then we saw the cover here by Nerium of the preview for book 3, and then here's the back cover of book 2. We've got a weird. It leaves a lot of questions. And then here's some other cover stuff. This was done by Michelle Hefner, and it kind of goes through her different steps. How she goes from the rough sketch all the way to the illustration here. And this is the cover to the role-playing game. This is the Legends and Lore book. So it has like all the different monsters and races and stuff.
Is
Here's
the role-playing game out already, or is that something in the works?
Oh, I started it in 1990, and I'm hoping that I can get the role-playing game out after I get the War of the Trees comic book series out. So the idea is the comic book series serves as like a primer or an introduction into the world, and then the game, the way the rules work, is it allows you to kind of make your own stories in the world. So it's like, here are a bunch of characters, now kill them or torture them, however you wish. And this is a kind of an artistic representation of the genesis of the game. When back in the early 90s, when I started this was the Pelham Public Library where the games were started, and these are the players of the characters in their character form.
Now, where's the librarian? Can we see the librarian in this picture?
Well, here's one of the librarians.
Oh,
Yeah, she played an elf named Kayla, and yeah, giggity. Kayla meaning heaven sent. I'll take it. Yeah, sorry, Leslie. And then here's some additional promotional art. So we get some really cool shots of this Blue Wisp, this mysterious character that gets introduced in the first book. We get, fans of Final Fantasy will notice the homage to cheesy poofs, Sephiroth here. One of our main characters kind of has a dark past, and we kind of.
I like the monochrome of each piece is like a monochrome, and they're like you got the cold and the hot on each side. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Did you say cheesy poofs instead of Sephiroth?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
So here's some additional illustrations, promotional work. We've got Galinar here, who's one of the he's like the Fawn Chieftain, and his son Onan, who kind of an asshole. And then we got the mailing list card here of our character Nessa. This was done by Cacao Draws or Angelique Stalins. She did this. This was if you had joined the mailing list, you got this card for free in addition to your books. A bunch of secret perks got sent to your mailbox, and this will actually be a physical card if you backed any of the physical perks. And then here's a picture of Kalen. Something weird's happening to him. Spoiler, but it's a cool promotional image. And then Aoife by Mishi Art. Again, a hot elf chick. She's got the Talon, which is a three-pronged bow where you can use different arrows based on the size of the arrow. And then Nessa the Survivor here. She's got stuff. Spoiler. And then here's a double page by Luca Brico, amazing artist. This is a scene from the first chapter of the book 2. You can actually see it in the free preview, where they kind of do something. They're desperate, and they don't want this kid to be sacrificed to the gods. So, and here are his steps, his rough sketch, all the way through to his early colors, down to the final painting. And then here's another Pau Rodrick's image. This is one of the holofoil cards. Pau did the inks, and then I just colored it. So, and then added the background. And then we get to the cheesy poo or the real cheesecake stuff. Another Pau drawing.
Come back and look at the first thing I see is this perverted ass face.
Giggity go!
You missed a bunch of other
have a
perverted
problem
ass
with that,
pages,
Billy?
Billy. It's
Not
go
really,
back and watch the
but,
stream. There's
look at here.
You have a problem with that, Billy.
Yeah.
No, but I'm cosplaying Patrick.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, you see that statue on the right side? Look at that. It's so great.
Man, he looks so strong.
He must work out. Yeah, so
Cheesecake,
this was,
what's that? Is that a man thing?
well, this was a free stretch goal add-on. So when we on the first campaign, when we met a certain stretch goal, everybody got a holofoil card, one of those jumbo 5x7 cards of this image at no extra charge. So yeah,
Is it like, is
What's
it
up?
resistant to certain stuff?
well, it does come laminated just in case, a little protein stain. And I don't know if anybody's going to like this next part, but as a graphic designer, I'm a huge fan of product design. So I threw in some of my product designs. So for example, we've got the book cover that I painted, which was the original shipping box. We've got the Infinitel font that Sergei Punchev over at Punchev Group hooked me up with. And this was the logo that he had designed. And then this is the logo for Infinitel Chronicles. So this is the logo for the role-playing game. And then this is the logo for the comic book series.
Ooh.
So yeah, a little different there. And then you can see all the different permutations we went through when we were making the role-playing logo. And then here are the 3D printed figures that we have, for the game, so on. The first 10 backers actually got one of these for free. So somebody was lucky enough to get these suckers.
Man, they're gonna
no
burn your
extra
house
charge.
down if they don't get the chicks.
Are you selling the digital files so people can print it at home if they have a printer?
The STLs? No, unfortunately, no. No. I'm saving these actually for, I'm not happy with the way that resin works. I've been experimenting with various alchemical concoctions to make durable, sturdy resin, it's really hard to do, dude, because
Well,
these things.
there's a certain kind of resin that's more pliable.
Yeah, I got to
did-
get something that if a mouse farts, it doesn't like explode on you.
Oh, I know. There's you have to pay a little bit of extra for those, but they do exist. I haven't tried them out. I know I've printed a shit ton of figurines like a few years ago.
Mhm.
So I had a little bit of a trial run with that.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I've also found
if
that
you use that mouse wrong, can you accidentally tear the page?
no.
Okay, who designed that, by the way?
It's a
What?
plugin for WordPress.
Yeah, you can get page for.
Can you
WordPress.
fold the corners of the pages if you want to come back to one of them? Can you like?
No,
just-
but you can leave a note, so you can put in a note
A
and it will say,
bookmark?
yeah.
That's dope, man. That's really cool.
Oops, yeah, let me.
Oh, these are nice.
It won't let me delete it. Dope. But so these are the sprite art. So we've got Ashling, Kaylin, Darwin, and Aoife here, and then this was a secret perk. This was available where he's basically got some blood on his blade, and it's the palette swap green version of him. And you can get them separately or individually instead of buying the whole set.
And that's the map that you're selling, right?
Yeah. This is the canvas map. Obviously, not the tears and any of that. Like it's a full edge.
Right.
But yeah, this is the map that I built. Photoshop.
That's false advertising. Tears. It has to be the exact same tears.
Do you have like the names and locations on there, or is it just?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you have all the details.
Yeah. The full map has all of the locations and all the names, and there's even a little insert that comes in the folded. Like I don't know if you can see it here, but if I scroll up, where is it? Where the hell did the images go? There. So yeah, it comes in this like little baggie, and there's an insert on the back that goes through like the locations, the names, and see here we have the 7 sovereignties, which they're not called kingdoms because they're ruled by women, and they're these like almost like vaults from Fallout. They're all
my
isolated.
God, everything's gonna go to hell in this universe.
Yes, it does.
Full on matriarchy, and oh boy, that always ends well.
Yeah, show me
fun
one
fact-
civilization.
Fun fact: this is why it's fantasy. Matriarchy never actually existed in real life.
It's a
Yeah.
cautionary tale so we
not for
don't make
long,
the same
anyway.
mistakes.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'm kicking myself because when I did the Underrock, I sold the design, and I'm seeing it mysteriously popping up in places because I wanted to be a tattoo artist when I was out of high school, and it was the tribal stuff. Like this is just a vector art I did with shapes, and I'm like, oh my god, I just saw like a wood burned was it John Douglas has a wood burned dice tower with the Underrock on it. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I can't. I technically I can use it. I just don't own it. So I have to redesign that stuff, which is going to be a pain considering my hands are all messed up now. But yeah, here's some interior art, so we get to see kind of behind the scenes of what Eduardo did when he was laying out pages, and then here we see on the standard edition just how much work like Elzir did with the colors. Like there's no eyeballs.
See, guys, if you don't back Eduardo, he'll have to start drawing about cutting lawns. Okay.
No, Eduardo's awesome. He's Brazilian, but yeah. Here's if you've ever seen Evil Ernie, Ariel Medel, he had a go at doing book 2. It didn't work out, but I loved his page work. So we got the same thing that you can see in the previews of book 2, and yeah, that's more of Ariel's work. And
Wait,
then
do you have a section called addition? Chris, how much? This is like the most promotional art I've ever seen in one project. This
isn't even all of it, dude. This is like half of it. Like this isn't even.
Hey, Frederic.
Yes.
Frederic. Remember when that one person 8 pages for $100?
Oh yeah, but that was an art book,
Well,
Man, that's a steal.
What a steal.
8 pages for $100. Woo! But
But
Yeah,
they were printed on both sides, Billy Bob. You forget that. You know?
So it's 16 pages there.
That's totally a bargain.
Yeah. Oh boy. But yeah, so here's Miriam's. This was the first official fan art I ever got for Infinitale. She messaged me out of the blue one day, and she's like, "Hey, keep an eye out in the mail. I sent you something, and this came all the way from Europe, and I have this hanging on my wall. It's a nice black and white image. So I colored it, made it into a jumbo holofoil card, and used it as a free promotion when I was building my my Twitter. Like when I got 1,000 followers, I gave away a bunch of these." And the ones that I have left over, I ended up just putting them on the Book 2 campaign. So if you like Nerium's work, you can grab this on that campaign.
When you say you colored it, are these your colors or?
Yeah, that's my colors. Okay. I felt so bad too because I'm like, I don't like again. This was fan art. She totally gave this to me, no charge or whatever. And I'm like, I feel like I'm desecrating her work. You know, like the same thing with Pow when I did Pow Roderick's images. I'm like, I hope I did it justice because, you know, I'm not an artist, or I thought I was at one point, and yeah, I got the gimpy hands, so I'm kind of out of action. This is what I used to do. Like this is what I did back in '94. This is Kalen, his original early design. I did this with a ballpoint pen. Here's another character I did with a ballpoint pen. Scanned him in, so a little dirty.
So see, these are some of the oldest art from the project, right?
Yep. That's some OG stuff.
Hold up. I'm actually going to criticize you. Flip the page.
What, this one?
That should have been on 69.
That is a fair argument.
Yes, that is a very valid piece of feedback. Thank you, sir. But yeah, here's some Haruka. He just one day just posted on Twitter. He's like, yeah, here's Aisling from Infinitale Chronicles, and I was like, holy shit! Like I didn't commission this person, and I freaking love how she turned out here. So I threw her in the fan art, you know, and then Vac Phoenix, yeah,
I like that one. Vac Phoenix, her name. See, usually you tell artists like make it dynamic and everything. Even though this one's like super still and straight, it's like she's poised. She's ready to just rip one and let the arrow go.
Trying to rip one? Oh,
no.
Listen, maybe not the best choice of words, but I just thought it's very dynamic despite her being like in a very still pose is what I'm trying to say.
She's ripping one very dynamically.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna shut up.
We
now.
learned a new thing about Frederic, people.
Brazilian fart porn.
No.
Don't let him near cakes, guys. Don't let him near cakes.
But yeah, here was I was on the studio, the Dawn and group of guys. They all drew awesome art, and I asked them if I could use it, and they all said yes. So we got James D. Lee's rendition here of Queen Aisling. We've got Evil Ginger, John Epple's rendition of Queen Aisling, and even Omer, who's I'm not sure if he's still in the chat, but I added his.
Omer had he has another stream he had to go to tonight, but he did say come swing by and say hello. So
awesome.
This was his message. Like won't be able to make it tonight, but he'll keep the stream up for watch time. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Always hearing in the distance, just like fucking 5 dirty fucking perverts.
And then Duck Bacon did this awesome image of Kalen. And I freaking love this. He was on the studio as well. And he just, I was like, hey, man, can I put that in the book? It's like, yeah, thumbs up. So it's in the book. And then Robert Geronimo over at, I think, well, let's see. It's Alterna. I'm not sure if he's officially part of Alterna Comics or if it's like they're just publishing him. But he does an awesome, an awesome series called Blood Realm, which is also a fantasy comic.
Oh yeah, the black, white, and red book.
Yes.
Yeah, he's often on with Peter Samedi from Alterna.
Yeah, he did this for me just out of the blue. He did this awesome sketch card of Galinar and mailed it to me, and I was like, "This is awesome." And then Rob Schaefer, aka Passion for Drawing, the king of TikTok comic drawing, did this one again unprompted. Just said, "Hey, your character looks cool, so he drew Kalen. And yeah, there we go. And then finally, Romo Art did this awesome pic. Again, fan art. Just send it to me one day, and I freaking love it. So I put it in the book.
Cool composition. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, reminds me of the novel covers back in the day. You know, when you'd get you'd see them on the book stands.
Right, especially with the what do you call it? The ornamentation on each side there. The kind of like Celtic line work.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so I put it in, and I appreciate it, Ron or Romo. And then here is a list of all of the artists and the pages their work appears on. So if you're a fan of anybody on this list, it's all alphabetized. You can see how much of their work and where it is.
Now I know why it's called
After
Infinitail.
the campaign wraps up, you can see which ones are going to be put out in the back of the field. You know.
So yeah, that's what's coming with the if you buy one of the limited bundles, you get this free of charge or no.
This is the abridged edition. Thank goodness it's abridged because.
Yeah, this is like half the stuff. I got a lot more.
Wow.
Yeah, and
stuff, Chris.
Yeah, we got two. Thanks for letting me show this because we've got 2 weeks left, and the OCD in me is like, just four more, please. Yeah.
Oh, you will get. I haven't even backed you yet, and I'm going to back you this week, so you'll get at least one more from me.
Oh,
and I'm sure we can get it to 4, right, guys?
I may back this.
Yeah, I'm going to get the cloth canvas map. I think that one's interesting to me.
Oh yeah, that one right there.
I already backed. I don't know if I can back it a second time and have it.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, and again, like you can head on over to the website here. So at the bottom here, if you can just head on directly over to the website and learn. Like for example, if you wanted to see, well, what about the first book? You just click on that and you can scroll down and boom, you can get the preview of the first book.
Okay, so this is the campaign for the second book.
Yep.
Okay. And can we order the first book through the second book campaign, or do we have to go on the site?
So there are some legacy perks here. So let me see if so these ones right here are the first print, like I was showing earlier. These are the variant covers. I don't have any of the standard edition of the first book out, but I do have the variant cover. So Genzo Man and Michelle's covers, and this is the first printing. So this is exactly what was on the campaign for the first book, but you can get for less. It's less expensive if you head on over here to this Amazon link. You can get the second printing. There's some changes, and it's being handled through Amazon, so it's not like the white glove treatment that you get from the campaign. But if it's a little less hit to the wallet. And I think I got some. Did I get some reviews? Yeah, I got some reviews. Woohoo! But so regardless of how you want to buy it, if you want to buy the version 1.1, which is the second printing, you can grab it off of Amazon, or you can on this campaign directly. You can grab as an add-on. You can grab one of the where'd it go? Yeah, you can grab one of the first printings. So.
I almost forgot. Like Raoul and T asked earlier, like, is that Tank? Did Tank Ferret do any of the art?
No.
No. Okay.
No, he did not. But Tank's a great guy. So who knows? Maybe book 3 will have him on.
Yeah, I was on his streams. Like he hasn't done them in a bit, but hopefully he'll get to streaming again.
Yeah. He's been around for a while, so it's nice to see him. He went out for a little bit and he came back, and it's like, we missed you, man.
For sure.
But yeah, thanks again for letting me monopolize this time to.
Dude, it's a pleasure. You really have like one of the most interesting campaigns out there. Like the amount of work that you put in the actual kind of product side on top of the story is incredible. Like I have never seen such variation in different. First of all, you have a huge backlog of art for the project. It shows that it's been a 20-year kind of work in progress because you're not the only one that's doing TTRPG inspired stories, right? Your co-host on Sunday, Aaron C, also has the same kind of inspiration for it. But you do have a unique kind of wide variety of product that you've put
Did
together.
you do the website, by the way?
Yes, I did.
It's actually really cool what you did with that.
Oh,
Yeah, I really
thanks.
like the website.
Now that perspective shift as you scroll is really cool.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's Parallax. Yeah, that's these are you go through the lore section if you want to learn about the characters. But there's also I got like a blog, so you can read about the latest news. And I also have some of the merchandising. The kids will love it.
When are you gonna have like the beach?
Baseballs, the flamethrower.
Yeah. So where's the Infinitel flamethrower? That's what I want to see.
Yeah, Intel flamethrower, the beach episode. We need all of these things.
The beach episode or the what is it? The sauna, the hot tub one. I'm just like,
Hold on, scroll back down there.
Like
Chris.
it looks like it's
Go back
black.
to the top.
What's
Did
up?
you put
Yeah,
books
we're
over
like
his
it's
eyes
black.
on purpose?
Maybe.
Oh my God.
That's his glasses there. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, as you can see, like we've got 10 books planned for this. We're not going to show all of it yet, but the idea is that when we get to the omnibus here, it's basically after book 10, we'll have the Big Daddy. I'm trying to get it hardcover because there's this MacGuffin in the story called the Book of Dragons, and it's ideally that's what it would look like is this book, and the idea is that when I get the complete saga, all 10 books, I'd love to print out a massive hardcover, like physical weapon, essentially, of the entire, books 1 through 10. But
I
yeah,
must read one of these books. I will back this book. I will buy this book, and I will use it to defend my home.
Home Invader was mortally injured when the Book of Dragons.
That would be the best promo.
Yeah. But yeah, and InfinitelChronicles.com, it's got, continuous, I always update it. It's always got like the latest news and info. In fact, I even got a little thing about, the latest crowdfunding. You can go to the crowdfunding section and it shows like the progress. Like the first book or the standard edition was fully finished and printed on May 25th. And the alternate edition was actually printed almost a year earlier, and I brought it to the Granite State Comic-Con back in September. And then we've got some benedictions from our patrons, so we can basically I get to have people tell me nice things about my book. So
that is cool. I was just going to ask, like, where are you creatively right now? Like, you're kind of working on book 3, if I understand correctly. Like,
oh yeah. Yeah, so all 10 books have already been written. The story's already written.
Even like the final draft of the script, or just the outline?
Well, so the story itself, like I would say it's like the second or third draft. But like I was saying, when I sent out book 2 for my proofreaders and I got a lot of negative feedback, I needed to adapt. Before I start asking people for money, I want my proofreaders to be happy with what they got. So some of them got some advanced copies. I sent them out in the mail, testing how much it's going to cost me to send stuff out in the mail. But they got a version of the book, and then they went through it. Some people red penned it. Other people just read the digital version and gave their feedback. And it changed. It didn't change the story, but we reorganized certain parts of it, rephrased certain parts of it, etc. But
it does
the whole
refine it.
Yeah, total refinement. That's a great term for it. Yeah, we had to like hone that stone because nobody gets it right, perfectly out of the gate, and you definitely.
That's
need
not
more
true.
time.
Eric July just needed one draft for ISOM number 1.
Sealed by an NDA.
Yeah, be great. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I love, again, my day job. I'm a UX designer. My part of my job is to have people tear my work apart so that it. Like I prefer people who, especially people who are giving me their money, to tell me what they want, so I don't waste resources on things that they don't want, and I can spend, refine it so give them more of what they want. And that's what we're doing with the 10 books. Like Nerium and I are working on book 3 right now. I'm actually, I sent her all of the stuff for the first chapter of book 3, and then I'm taking a break because I'm going to be fulfilling a bunch of this stuff in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks. and I don't want to have a lot of back and forth while I'm doing this. Like I'm actually taking vacation from work, taking the time off to make sure that all of this stuff gets packed up correctly. Nobody gets like the wrong order or anything like that, because I'm doing it myself. And I get this all shipped and in people's hands, as best as I can. And then once that gets fulfilled, there's a link to a survey, so that if like you get this like thank you card, and then on the back there's like, please scan in this thing like a QR code to take the survey, and it asks you various things about aspects of the book, like it's the writing, the characters, all this stuff, is the art, whatever. You can put in your own stuff, and then I'll take that feedback, and then when Nerium and I resume book 3, we'll have a bunch of feedback to look through and be like, okay, we got to change this, or we got to do this better, or and so on. And that's kind of what led to the 3 editions we have in book 2, was that first book survey.
Oh, interesting. Good.
Yeah.
Well, you're quite an example to other indie developers out there, I think. Oh, well, I see developers, I mean creators.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, dude, this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be a distraction from, let's face it, we live in a pretty crappy world at times. So, this is the...
Oh, you're also in Canada?
Close enough. I mean, I'm not technically in Canada, but we definitely get a lot of the fallout here in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
But yeah, bienvenue.
That's right.
If anybody's interested in fantasy stuff, they like the old school Dragonlance or Elf Quest, or my personal favorite anime, Record of Lodos War. That's kind of some of the inspirations for this stuff. And I kind of miss being able to geek out about I geeked out about Game of Thrones until it went to crap.
Dude, I'm rewatching it now, so I kind of went on the idea that I'm just going to watch the first 4 seasons. So apparently that's where everything is still good. So I'm on season 2 towards the end right now. So yeah, doing my first rewatch of it, which is interesting because now you see the characters, and the first thing you think of is their death as soon as you see them on screen. You're like, oh yeah, Theon Greyjoy's not going to end well for you, buddy.
Yeah. You're going to get your
start. Oh,
cut.
forget about it.
Yeah. But yeah, it just I don't know, man. It's weird how depressing it got when I left my dream career, video game development 10 years ago, and I got into cybersecurity, and I love my job, I love the career, I love the industry, but it's it's not creative, and or at least creative in that sense. And when I'm not doing anything creative anymore, and all of my hobbies started telling me they didn't want me as a customer, it depressed the hell out of me, dude. So it's kind of why I dug up this stuff. It was this is what I did as a teenager, and it was the last time I actually enjoyed stuff. I'm well, maybe there's still joy left in there for other people. The people that are also in that scenario where they're like, why is everything crap now? Why is everything rainbow this and I don't want to get too political, but yeah, I'm not into that stuff.
I get it, man. It's we're doing the things we loved to do when we were 16 years old, but now we're doing it with the skills we have acquired throughout all our adult life, so we can take it to the next level and then make professional looking stuff. So that's fantastic, man.
Thanks. Yeah. Dude, I think you nailed it, man. I'll say it right up front. I stopped aging at 16. I may grow old, but I'll never grow up.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I got into comics, man. I wanted to make sure that I did a job where I could keep my young kid's heart in there somewhere,
Because of Microsoft, Corey. That's why. Because of Microsoft.
Why are there not enough babes in games anymore? Yeah, exactly.
There's not enough babes. There's way too many ugly girl boss characters.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but
sick of those types of characters.
If I see Deborah Williams in another game, I'm done. It's nope. not. I don't have anything against her, but dude, she's in every game. What's up?
Who's Deborah Williams?
She was from Mad TV. She's the black chick that's in everything. They ever with a buzz cut.
Guys.
Yes, she has the bug eyes. Yes.
Oh my god! I thought I'm actually tired of her. Her shit was in the second Wolfenstein that woke.
Yep.
Game.
I was gonna ask if it was that lady. I know who you're talking about.
She was in. I'm actually gonna go on a little rant. I'm actually getting tired of video games scanning the fucking actors' faces into the fucking game. I don't like it because I don't want to keep seeing the same fucking face in every game now.
Yeah.
It's not movies, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to make them look like the fucking person who's voicing them and shit like that.
This is another interesting point. We were talking about Expedition 33. They got Charlie Cox to voice Gustav, but I think they modeled him after like Robert Pattinson.
That's totally Robert Pattinson, dude.
Yeah,
that is totally. Even if they're not intentionally doing that, that looks exactly like him. I heard.
I was showing like one of the scenes that makes everybody cry to my mom the other day, and she's like, "Wait, is that Robert Pattinson?" No.
I am willing to bet that there was a scheduling issue, and like it was originally designed for Robert Pattinson, and then he had to opt out, and they got Charlie Cox in there.
Yeah,
because that looks like him to the T. It's a spitting image.
I think Charlie Cox was the better casting choice for the voice anyway.
Yeah, Gustav was.
I'll be honest with you, he just sounds like the dude from Baldur's Gate 3, Gale.
He kind of does, actually.
What until Otter told me, and I was like, really?
I will actually say that's something to his credit, because it's like, it's not the type of voice performance where it's like, you just hear the actor, you hear the character first.
Yeah. Well, that, and they open with a gut punch, man. Like, I got to hand it to those guys. Like,
are we talking about Double Dragon again?
Obviously.
No. So Clair Obscure, Expedition 33, like, it does things that every storyteller should strive for, and that's emotional investment and emotional resonance.
I love stories with gut punches, dude.
And that one has it. That one has like a Bolo Ewing pass through gut punch.
Otter?
Several, in fact.
Yes.
Otter?
Yeah.
I am going to argue that's how the game tricks you towards the end, by the way.
How so?
I can't say anything.
No spoilers. Okay. Spoiler free.
Yeah.
But there's something...
I know. I know the choice.
There's choice.
Oh, okay. No, there is a bit of
very clever way of tricking you and making you.
No, I agree. It's a bit of a red herring in a couple ways. You're right.
When we end the stream, I'll ask Frederic to leave for like 5 minutes, and
I know what you're talking about now.
I think that in that game, the ending that you get, it really is a representation of you as a person, because there's some very big decisions that you make along the way that lead up to this. And it's like, that defines you as like how, it has the same kind of like connotations as, Plato's allegory of the cave, Logan's Run, Matrix,
The whole game centers around the idea of grief and how people deal with it differently. And I think that is such a genius idea, too.
So the thing I'm going to bring up, Chris, actually leads to that, and why only one choice is the true choice and the other one
is I agree. I got in arguments with that,
I think a lot of people agree with us on which is the better ending.
I have not watched any videos breaking down the story. I'm just going completely off of what I observed when I was playing.
And it's so damn beautiful, dude. Like it's one of those games where, like, it's not a chick game, like, but there are a lot of girls that play this that can appreciate it, and appreciate it probably as much as guys. You know what I mean? It's not like the way that games have been feminized now, where it's like, hell yeah, the majority of your party are chicks, but like, hey, they're hot.
It's one of those cases where it's like you see guys like simping over Ciel and like Lune, and then you see chicks simping over like Verso. It appeals to both sides. That's the thing. That's one of the great things about it. I'm like, both men and women can enjoy this on multiple levels.
That's what it kind of happened with the GTA 6 with Jason and Lucia. You got like, chicks simping over Jason in that game, and then dudes simping over Lucia. Because I don't know. Rockstar, I guess in their infinite wisdom, said, hey, let's make two characters who look really good.
Yeah, Lucia. Hello.
Like, oh
well,
my God.
not only that, but I like that they're in it. Like, yeah, it's a crime thing, whatever. But like, it's not the like infallible girl boss like castrates her eunuch boyfriend. You know what I
that
mean?
was
Like,
one of the fears I had ever since
Yeah.
the leaks came out, that we're getting a female protagonist. And I actually don't have a problem with us having one. It's just if they do it well.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. I like their relationship. They were a couple in love. No, their power dynamics weren't. She was the smart one. He was the tard. Like, it was a legit like equal partnership. So I'm all on board for that.
Well, that's what trailer. So all Rockstar games, when they do marketing, trailer 2 is where you actually get to see more of what the story's going to be. The characters.
Yep.
So when we got the first trailer, it's like, all right, hopefully it's not they're doing the girl boss and she's just like fucking cucking him and shit, right?
Yeah,
In
exactly.
trailer 2, I think that they pretty much quelled that and be like, no, they're two lovers, criminal shit, right?
Yeah.
Both gonna be doing it, and he's not like a pussy.
Yeah, he bails her out of jail, basically. Well, he's there to pick her up when her prison sentence is over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It looks really good. And I hate, like, part of me is really, like, you know, I feel like a beaten dog or, like, a abused spouse where I'm like, I don't want to love it yet. You know what I mean? I don't want to get excited for it because, you know, at any moment that stool's going to get kicked out. So
I mean, I'm gonna take the plunge. If they fuck it up, I mean, I have been burnt before, so but it'll be the last time I'll be burnt by it.
You're ready to love again, Billy Bob?
Yeah.
Then again, well, I mean, you know, here's the thing: I'm a Rockstar simp. I've been playing their games since I was fucking like 4 years old. So
yeah, they've
you
had
know,
nothing but hits.
and I play like vast majority of their games. So
yeah, they've had nothing but bangers, dude. You remember Bully?
Yep.
Like what the hell? They even made a table tennis game that was good.
Not the table tennis. I think it was was it table tennis or ping pong?
Yeah,
One of the
same
games
thing,
was actually the one right before GTA 4 that used Euphoria physics.
Yeah.
That showcased it.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a blast playing that. But yeah, every one of the Rockstar games, I've thoroughly enjoyed. So it's like until they give me, you know, a reason otherwise. But I'll tell you, when I saw that E3 where there was a bunch of hens, you know, cackling and it was all like diversity, equity, and inclusion crap. I'm like, yeah, I'm out. I'm sorry, guys, but you just scared me away from your product.
Yeah, I mean, it would be curious to see. I don't know who actually took over the writing after Dan Houser left. So, like I said, the what I suspect is it's going to be very tame satire, which is going to kind of be like,
yeah, the safe
as long
stuff.
as it makes up in the world and graphics and story. I'm like, yeah.
Did you see the moment they mentioned that there's going to be a pride parade in the game, and then all of a sudden you just see that clip of the guy rubbing his hands? Oh boy! yeah, they're like, there's a pride parade in Vice City in that game, and
oh yeah, the meme about okay, that's great.
Oh,
man.
you talking about shooting?
I can already see what's going to happen. Like, come this time next year, it's like a ton of people are just gonna be like showing gameplay footage of them just, like, running a pride parade. Then there's gonna be calls for censorship on top of that by
Do you
the game
remember?
devs
It was in
or
Red Dead
journalists.
Redemption 2.
Yes, yeah.
Dude got banned off of YouTube because he grabbed the fucking feminist chick screeching in Saint Denis, tied her up and fed her to an alligator. And by the way, from the 2022 leaks, they did have zip ties, so we might be able to do the same thing.
Yeah, like I hope, like, because there's that one wacko chick that actually, you know, weaseled her way into the industry, and I think she's in a position to make decisions where she's like,
Sarkeesian.
No, worse than Sarkeesian. So Sarkeesian and what the hell is that? The one that had like 20 different aliases, the purple-headed one that kicked off Gamergate.
Yeah.
Oh, Zoe Quinn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chelsea something. Yeah. Like those people, like they're grifting assholes and they've ruined a lot of shit. But there's this one. She's got glasses, like fake red hair or whatever. You know, typical mousy looking angry feminist or whatever. And she's like, what they did to me in multiplayer is considered like SA.
Oh,
and like, yeah.
I don't think that was Zoe Quinn. That was a different one.
No, that was a different one. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that when they announced the KOTOR 2 KOTOR remake, She was the fucking head writer. I fucking celebrated when that got shit canned.
Dude, these people, these parasites, have invaded the industry, have chased away anybody that was worth a damn. I can tell you right now, dude, I look on my LinkedIn and I see a bunch of my former colleagues that were masters of their craft. You know, this was like 10 years ago. Who are like either looking for jobs or looking elsewhere or in way different industries or different companies because these assholes come in, you know, they're daily show watching on company time, their, you know, activism crap, and like they've taken over HR departments. They've basically turned all of these environments into hostile like minefields of like you say the wrong thing and you get canned.
Well,
HR as a whole needs to go.
Here's the great part: the pendulum has fully swung back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I'm not surprised Microsoft's like fucking hacking everything else they can out of these companies now.
Yeah, it's sad.
And you'll see it with all kinds of other companies doing it more and more.
Dude, yeah. I remember, what is it, when one of our producers, you know, she's totally like shat all over me as a designer. She's like, "Oh, this is your mining or your resource or your crafting design." And again, I'm in design. I'm a content designer. And she's like, "Oh, well, we did a better one on EverQuest 2. This is crap. I'm gonna have to do I'll have to show you how to do a good one." And I'm like, screw EverQuest 2. That game
I should have been like, "All right, go ahead. See how it works with all the other systems."
Just send her the Josh Strife Hayes video on EverQuest 2.
Well, here's the kicker: is after that demoralization and kept me freaking scared. She goes and jumps over to BioWare, and she's in a photo with Anita Sarkeesian. And guess what game they worked on? Anthem, and that game crashed and burned.
By the way,
they worked on My Face is Tired.
January of next year, by the way, shutting down.
Remember Anthem and how great that was? Remember, guys?
Yeah, well, she worked on that. She worked on the Andromeda, the Mass Effect game that nobody liked.
Oh.
By the way, the Mass Effect game that I pre-ordered and purchased.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There were several people who were trying to cope over that game. Several big like game reviewers.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't.
That is like basically any BioWare game. It can be an amazing game or it can be absolute dog shit. Game journalists will try to defend BioWare no matter what.
Yep.
I wasn't defending that shit. I was like, oh my god. That game came out in what, 2017, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was just 18. I was working factory job. Spent my money on that shit. And I was like, all right. So I played through the game 7 times.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to know anything bad about the writing and the gameplay, I'm your guy.
My face is tired.
Like I'm telling you, Chris.
7 times, huh?
If I do not finish something,
it's gotta be real bad.
Really bad. I'm talking about the worst shit. Because I will push through.
Damn.
There's a game I didn't finish, even though I thought it was really good.
Which one?
9 Souls. It kicked my butt so hard I just wasn't having fun anymore.
Oh.
But at the same time, I cannot say it's a great game. It really is. It just I got overwhelmed by it, and I don't have it like I used to. You know.
Not gonna lie, that's a lot of games for me. But it's not that I'm not willing to play it. It's just I don't have too much time, and also I'm just like, I have better things I can do.
Yeah.
After 3 weeks on a boss battle, I finally beat the boss, and then I'm like, oh, finally I can get back to just playing. And then I was like, I don't wanna.
The only good game that DNF'd was Fallout New Vegas, actually.
Yo, you didn't finish that?
Really? I'm close to finishing that one.
I actually finished Fallout New Vegas and the DLC.
Well, that's because what's the name of that fucking DLC?
Dead Money.
Dead Money. That fucking DLC is dog shit, by the way.
I'm like the one guy who played through it and had a decently fun time.
Otter was there when I was
looks
playing
real
through
good,
it, and holy fucking shit. All right, I'm gonna give you limited food and shit. The enemies, they're resistant to everything.
Oh,
I just played in hardcore
break
mode.
their head off, or they'll respawn with health.
Man, yeah, I did the blood and guts perk.
Dude, I found
the DLC in general for New Vegas is not great, in my opinion.
There's one good one though that's got a great story. The one with the the dude whose face is like kind of all bandaged up.
I don't like Joshua Graham very much. I'm not gonna lie.
I hate
Really?
that DLC. I told the fucking villagers to go massacre the other one. Then they got to give me a lecture about you destroyed the morality of these peaceful people. Now they're evil. I'm like, motherfucker, these people are trying to murder them. They got to grow some balls and fight back. Oh, because I told them to fight back. Oh, they're corrupted. What?
I think my personal favorite one was Lonesome Road of all ones. Like, don't get me wrong, I really like Old World Blues, but that's really more for the beginning than the actual, like, expansion itself.
You mean the 45-minute conversation at the beginning?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's really funny, but I'm like, aside from this, like, really good bit of writing, I'm like, this DLC is just okay. Area's fine, I guess.
Yeah, but I like talking to my own brain that's like a dickhead British dude.
Biological function.
But no, Dead Money was that bad. When I finally got to the casino, I had to sit for 5 minutes straight drinking out of toilet to get my health all the way back up.
Damn.
I had like 2 points of health left.
So Corey brings up an interesting point. Do you think AI will be making games pretty soon?
Oh yeah,
Not
guaranteed.
anytime soon.
Well, I think AI is going to be used selectively for creating games. That's my personal.
The AI to create games like you're talking probably already exists, but it's not available to the public.
Well, I actually think it's going to be a semi-substitute for procedural generation in some cases.
Yeah, I see it as a dialogue crutch. When you're a narrative designer, you have to write all of the branching paths of dialogue. You could feed that to was it pseudo write or one of those AI writers, and it'll do it all for you. So somebody's losing the job.
I like the AI for all sorts of stuff, but it pisses me off when it says, "Perhaps you could word it this way." I'm like, no, I don't want to see that. I don't want you suggesting that. That's my job.
Yeah.
I think it's about time for us to wrap it. We're hitting the 2-hour mark.
Oh.
That's right. It's
That's
about
blue.
it's shield time.
Oh, there they are. Look at these gorgeous sons of bitches.
There we go. And let's start with our guest, Chris Fisk. Give us the address to your Indiegogo one last time, and tell us where we can purchase it and stay in touch with you.
Sure. Actually, I think I'll have to post it in private here. If you head on over to Indiegogo, yep, there you go. Tenkage's got it. We've got 2 weeks left. And also, if you just head on over to InfiniteTaleChronicles.com, it'll give you links to the campaigns sites, as well as like the Amazon pages if you want to buy the retail versions of the books. And you can catch me on X, making a jackass out of myself. I do that pretty well with my spicy takes. They're not as spicy as pirate software, but
trust me, your takes aren't nearly as spicy as a lot of the interesting folks there.
Yeah, and thanks for having me, man.
Software, man.
Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. We'll definitely have you on every time your power, is on. We'll open to have you on, man.
Oh, thanks.
And Wrangler, Bad Kitty, Shield Time.
Yeah. First, I want to ask, can the Infinitail elves do this? AI
there
is
is.
here.
Yeah, it's like nightmare fuel.
AI is the future.
Chill, line.
All right, you can see Haley's World Sci-Fi Magic Field Adventure, and I'm working on the third book right now. You can also follow me over on Substack. In these books, you get these great characters like Haley and Elizabeth, Sabrina, and so it's not. Where is it? Okay, I found it. Yes, right here, the original hand-drawn version of her by Mr. Frederic Guimont himself.
Oh, c'est bon.
Merci.
He also did these two guys for the story over on Substack. You can follow me there under Frequency Studios. This is tied in with the same universe.
We need to get you a higher res version of that. My eyes always.
I have a higher res version. My computer can't handle putting it in OBS though.
We need a mid res then.
Yeah. I had to screenshot it and then put the screenshot there. So
it's compressed.
Yeah.
But you can find me on all the social medias: X, Blue Sky, Minds, and Truth under Frequency Studios.
Nice. Lord Otter.
No, the Lord Squatter.
Oh my god. Well, if you want to find out what I do, you can check out my fantasy book, The Curse of the Star Raids, on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Meanwhile, while I'm finishing up second book, it's been taking a little longer, but I'm making swift progress in getting that done. I am also streaming on YouTube. The last few weeks I've been streaming some Fear and Hunger, and totally not channeling my inner masochist, but it's been fun. I really recommend it. But yeah, I stream regularly. I'm also on X. I also have retarded takes, but like that's totally not intentional.
Yay!
Frederic Guimont.
Well, imakecomics.com. That's the forward address that will take you to Rattel Comic, the comic book I'm currently working on. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is page 24, the last page of the book. We have made it all the way to the end. So while this is not the end of the production cycle, at least it's the end of the art portion of the pages. So I'm super excited to be gearing into the next step while my colorist, Ross the Red, is working on the pages. So I'm thrilled to be working on that. So check out rattelcomic.com for the progress. I will be starting a campaign really soon. Tomorrow I will be on the Comicsgate Commandos with at PQ Vox's channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
And on Saturdays I review a French bande dessinée each week. And on Mondays I'm on Wrangler's channel as well.
Stupid Americans.
Yeah, bande dessinée for stupid Americans, which is aptly called. It is fun. I look through European comics, which most Americans just don't know exist at all. So it's kind of an interesting take to be going through it. You know, people know about Moebius. They know about like a handful of books, but there is so much more out there that's worth at least looking at.
And after all this education from you, Frederic, I still don't know what the heck a kilometer is.
Well, that's okay. As long as you stay south of the wall, you'll be fine, Wrangler. And on that note, Billy Bob, do you want to shill something today?
Nah.
So I will leave you people with, of course, we have to play Sabrina before we go out, naturally. So thank you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in all the way to the end. And come in next week where we'll have another great episode of Proof of Comics for you. See ya.
See you.
The sun has gone to bed, and so must I. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Hello, Bitcoiners. Thank you very much. Hello. It's good to be with you. It's good to be with you.